Hello everyone, I am Ariel Nye. I'm going to be talking about the forcing factor albedo and how it affects climate change. Albedo is the percentage of Earth's reflectivity in regards to solar radiation. Albedo is Latin for the term whiteness. So the sun sends out about 174 petawatts of solar radiation towards the Earth. Different parts of the Earth reflect solar radiation at different levels. Snow can reflect up to 90%, snow and ice. Sand can reflect around 35%. Asphalt, because it's black and it soaks up the heat, is up to about 5%. Clouds, depending on the type, are 50 to 90% reflectivity. Forests, depending on the type of forests, are different, between 7 and 18%. That's rainforest, deciduous forests, coniferous forests. Water can be up to 10%. It depends on whether the water is deep or shallow, if it's moving or not moving. Salt water or fresh water will make a difference. Any solar radiation that does not get reflected is absorbed by the Earth, whether that be in the ground, in the clouds, in the water. All the energy gets absorbed that doesn't get reflected. So feedback loop is a process that triggers a certain response that triggers the process again. This can be positive, which will increase changes in the system, or negative, which helps to keep the system stable. In the case of albedo, there is a positive feedback loop. The way that albedo is a positive feedback loop is because the Earth is warming, which melts snow and ice. This lowers the albedo of the Earth, which makes the Earth warmer even more, which in turn continues to melt snow and ice. This feedback loop will likely continue until there's no more ice and snow to melt. And another possible feedback loop that's happening is increased water vapor from the melting ice, which creates more clouds, which increases albedo. This would be an example of a negative feedback loop regarding albedo. So what this means in regards to the Earth: in the 1970s, NASA scientists estimate that Earth's albedo was about 30%. They're estimating it because at the time they weren't measuring albedo, so they had to use information and knowledge from that time to get these numbers. In 2018, the average albedo of the Earth was about 29%, according to Arnold Bloom. This means that the albedo of the Earth, the average albedo, is decreasing. This decreasing albedo of Earth is allowing more solar energy to reach the planet, which increases the overall heat across the globe. This is why albedo is a contributor to climate change. Albedo is very sensitive to surface temperatures of the Earth and local areas, and small amounts of solar radiation can make big changes in the amount of ice covering the Earth. Areas that are covered in ice, if they have warmer surface temperatures, are going to melt the ice more, which is going to lower the albedo in those areas. Albedo is good for the Earth because it helps keep the Earth cool. Now here in this image, we're seeing the ice in the Arctic Sea. We can see here that this yellow outline is the median amount of ice between 1981 and 2010. And this here is the ice in the summer. So as you can see, the ice here is much smaller than it normally would be at this time in previous years. So this would definitely reflect in a lower albedo for this area versus the last 20 years or more, 20 to 40 years. Now this amount of ice here grows and gets smaller as the seasons change, but this is definitely showing how climate change is affecting the ice coverage in the north, as well as the change in albedo that will result from this. Here are my resources. Thank you for watching.